Welcome to Debbie Ray Inspires. I'm so excited to be here. Happy New Year, everyone. And for those who are returning, I say a big welcome to you. And if this is the first time you're watching this channel, well, I'm so happy to have you here. Please subscribe, share, and also tell a lot of people about this channel because there's so much value. I would like to delve right into the main gist. Yes, the main gist. I have a vital information for you that you will need in 2024. And this has to do with books. Yes, books, but not just any books. 4 highly recommended books for the year 2024. These books are highly recommended by top leaders around the world and people who have excelled in various spheres of life. This is why I want to share this vital information with you. The very first book on the list is a book titled The 12 Week a Year. It's a 12 week a year book and it contains vital information about execution. Well, the reason why I recommend this book is because it helps you not just to plan and set goals. Most books do that, but this book is particular about execution. It is not filled with so much jargons or unnecessary details. It just goes straight to the point and it's quite an easy read. It's something you can finish even in a day if you're serious about it. But if you want to take your time to read it, that's also fine. But I suggest that you read this book in the early part of the year so you can apply the knowledge throughout the year. The second book on the list is a book titled Goals. Now, this book is a book by Brian Tracy, and some Lavie and Rose members who have read this book. Lavie and Rose is a book club. Some members of Lavie and Rose who have read this book attest to the fact that the content of this book, if applied, emphasis on application, will really aid your personal development and execution of your goals. Now, the difference between this book and the first book I mentioned, which is the 12 book a year book by Brian P. Morgan, is that this particular book is more detailed. This book will help you in your businesses. If you're setting up a platform or you're setting up a business or you have big dreams or goals that you're working towards, this is the book for you. Now, this book is detailed and I recommend that you read it carefully. You do not just rush through the book. It's a kind of book that when you read, you may want to go back to check some chapters and highlighted parts of the book in the course of the year. A great book and highly, highly recommended. I have observed people who have read this book and seen how it has transformed their life for the better. And I highly recommend that you add this to your TBR. The third book on the list will definitely be The Richest Man in Babylon. A lot of people have read this book, but many more are still lagging behind. There are a lot of people who have not read this book. Now, this book is a book I like to refer to as an oldie, but a goodie. This is because this book is as old as almost a century. Almost a century, yeah. It is that old. But this book contains vital, ancient information on finances that are still valid to this day. You will realize that top business people and people who have excelled in various careers have read this book at least twice in their lifetime. There are people who have been able to read this book. Now, the major issue with this book is that it's in old English at some point, and you may struggle with assimilation. But if you're able to be disciplined enough to go through the pages of this book and apply the wisdom that is contained in this book, it's going to help your finances. I, for one, intend to read this book this year because it's a highly recommended book for the year 2024. This is a kind of book that you don't read just once. You read it probably once every year because the knowledge is a kind of knowledge that you need to refresh your mind with so you're able to fully apply it. Now, the very fourth book on my list is a book titled Great by Angela Duckworth. Now, this book is highly recommended because it's going to help you persevere throughout the year. The content of this book has to do with perseverance and passion, and it really emphasizes on areas where areas of talent. Now, why I like this book is because the writer went through so much research to get the details of this book. The best part of this book is that it helps you get grittier. And this is important because in the early parts of the year, it is possible to make lots of goals, several decisions, and plans for the year. And maybe towards few months into the year, you begin to feel discouraged because things are not going the way they should. Now, this book is the kind of book that you need to read because it helps you to stay focused and stay true to your plans and your goals. It contains wisdom, and not just wisdom, techniques and important information that will help you to be grittier in the year 2024. We need to be gritty so we can actually thrive throughout 2024. Now, the reason why I recommend this book is because it will help add perseverance to your passion, because the combination of this two is what will lead you to great success. Thank you for watching, and I'll be sharing more recommended books, but these are the top 4 that you should read this year. And I would like to say you should share this with your friends, share this with as many people as possible, and let them know that a lot of goodies are contained in this channel. Stay tuned to Deborah Inspires. Please subscribe, like, share, and please comment if you really enjoyed this. I'd like to also know if you've read any of these 4 books, or if you intend to add one of these or all of them to your TBR. Let me know in the comment section, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.